Today I want us to look at the various keys in a computer keyboard and their functions. Let's go. Let's start with the caps lock. The caps lock key is here. This one is the caps lock key. Now the caps lock key is used to switch between capital letters and small letters. Capital letters are referred to as uppercase and small letters referred to as lowercase. So when you want to switch between the uppercase and the lowercase, you press the caps lock. Now when I press the caps lock like this, you realize that there is a light here indicated by letter A that lights. When that light is on, it means that the caps lock is on. That is to say that when you type, you will type in capital letters or uppercase. Like, let's see here. When I want to type the word Kenya, this one, you realize that it is typing in capital letters or uppercase. Now, likewise, when I want to change it to lowercase or small letters, I press it once again like this. Then you realize that the light that was here has gone off, meaning that you are now writing in small letters. Let's see here. When I type, you can see it is typing in small letters. That is the caps lock. Now another key is called the shift. This one here. This one is the shift key. Now the shift key is used to write characters which are above others number. Now you realize we have some keys with the two or duo functions like this one. This one, you can see there is number 1 and there is an exclamation mark. This one, we have number 2 and there is at sign. This one, number 3, has 3 and hash. Likewise, going forward, you realize we have keys with the two functions. Now, like even here, you can see. Now, when I want to type this at, when I press this one, this number 2, for example, you realize, let's see, when I press it, you see I press it. Now you realize it is writing number 2. What if I want to write this at? What I do is that I press the shift key together at the same time with the at, this one. Now you can see that the at has appeared. Likewise, when I want to write the $sign, or maybe, for example, the brackets, this one here, you can see this is the opening. You can see this one is the opening bracket. This one is the closing. When I want to write them, I can use this shift. We have two shifts from this side, and another shift is at this side. Both works the same. So when I want to write brackets, to type brackets, so I simply press the shift here, this one, can press that, and this bracket up here. Now you can see it has been indicated. Then I can close with the same. You press the shift, you press the shift, and the closing, this one, and this closing button like that one. Now you can see we have that one. So that is the function of the shift key. Now we have another key called control key. This one is the control key. Now we say that control key, we say that this is the control key. We say that control key is a special key. Now, one thing you realize with the control key is that it never works alone, but works in combination with other keys to achieve various functions. For example, if I want to do something called bolding, bolding is making a text look more darker. For example, we have the word Kenya here. I want this word Kenya to be bolded or to look more darker. So what I do is to select this one. We shall come to see how you select, how you edit later. But for now, let me explain the function of the control using the same. So I highlight, we shall come to see what is highlighting and how you highlight. Then when I press this one, control key, and another key, say B. Where is B? You press control and the B is here. You can see the B. Then when I press it, you realize that it has bolded, meaning that it has become darker. So that is the function. So control and B is bolding. Control plus U is underlining. So if I want to underline this text, I highlight it. But we shall come to see other way you can highlight. This is the shortcut way of using the control. So I can press control. This one is the control here. And U, where is U? U is here. Then you realize that the text has been underlined. So mostly the control key is used as a shortcut key. For example, we have others like italic. If you want to put in italic, you press Control and I. If you want to indicate, if you want to print, it is Control plus P. If you want to do other things like aligning center, Control E, we shall come to see them later. So that is the function of the control key. And you have said that it is never used alone, but used in combination with other keys. Let us look at another key called the spacebar. This one is the spacebar. Now the spacebar is used to create spaces between characters. For example, if I want to type that Kenya is a good country, I type Kenya, then is. Then when I press Kenya is, then when I press this one, spacebar, you realize there is a space created here. So Kenya is a, I press again, is a good, again I press country. So it is used to create spaces between characters. Another key is the alternate key. This one here, the alternate key. Now alternate key again is never used alone, but used in combination with other keys to achieve various functions. For example, if I want to close this application, I can simply press the the Alt and F4. Remember we said F4, they are function keys, and F4, this one. So you see it is requesting me, or a dialog box has appeared asking me whether I want to quit, whether I want to save, whether I don't to save. So when I say I don't want to save, by clicking this don't want to save, you realize that the application I'm using here has closed. So let's see another key. Another key we shall look at is another key called the enter key. The enter key is here. This one, enter key. Now enter key, when you are typing, is used to move the cursor from one line to the next when typing. For For example, we have the word Kenya here. This is the word Kenya. I want to type something else in the next line. You can see our cursor is here. We say that the cursor is where you start typing, where you type from. So when I want this cursor to go to the next line, I simply press the enter key, this one. So when I press it, you can see our cursor, the blinking cursor, moving to the next line, such that I can type another word here, Tanzania. So that is the enter key, Tanzania. That is the enter key. Now another function of the enter key is that when I want to quit maybe this, it is used to execute a command. For example, if I want to quit this one, already I can say that I don't want to save. It is requesting me whether I want to save the document. So I can say I don't want to save. You can see that already don't save is highlighted. So when I press this enter, the don't save option will be executed. See how it will happen. I press the enter and then it has disappeared without saving. Let's see another key. We have another key called backspace key. The backspace key is used to delete from backward to the, or you can say from the right to the left. For example, if I have the word Kenya here, this is the word Kenya, and then I make it look bigger, the word Kenya. If I want to delete it from the right to the left, I simply press this key. You can see how it is deleting from the left to the right. Alternatively, it can delete the highlighted text. Highlighting, we said we shall come to see how it is done. So you highlight or select that one. So when I press this backspace key, you realize that the highlighted word will be deleted like that one. Another key I want us to look at is a key called delete. This one, delete. So the delete key is used to delete a text or characters from left to the right. For example, the word Kenya here, when I want to delete it, I can use this delete key, this one. When I press it, you realize it is deleting from left to the right. Alternatively, when we have a word like this one, Kenya, and then you highlight it this way, then you press delete, you realize that the word is deleted. So that is the function of the delete key. Another key which we will look at is a key called tab key. The tab key. This one is the tab key. The tab key is here. This one, my camera is the tab key is here. Now the tab key is used to create tabs or spaces between words. For example, I can write the word Kenya. Then at the same time, I have another like Uganda. Then Tanzania here. Tanzania. I may have these three words. You can see them. When I want to push them to a certain spacing or to a certain ident, we say they are being idented. Normally, a tab pushes a character to the right by 0.5 inches. So when I want to push the word Kenya, I simply press this tab key like this one. You can see it has been moved. So again, when I press, it is being moved by 0. You see when it is here, when I press, it will move to the next point, 0.5. So it is used to move a character by 0.5 inch. So it is used for alignment, we can say it is a tab. So likewise, when I want to tab this one, I simply press it so that I can push the word Uganda to the next. Like this one, it is pushing so that they can be aligned. That is the function of the tab key. Another key I want us to look is a key called the numlock key. This one here, the numlock is here. This one is the numlock key. Now the numlock key is used to switch between the numbers. Normally it is used in the numeric, this section. It is used for this section. When the numlock key is on, the numbers, this one, 7, you can see 7, you can see those numbers. When it is on, these numbers works, they work as numbers. But when it is off, another option that there is, for example, you can see 7, we have home. Number 8, we have arrow key. Number the up arrow key. And number 4, we have the left arrow key. So when the numlock is on, numbers will be inputted or typing numbers. But when it is off, the other characters will work, like the arrow key, the end, the other function will work. So for example, let's see that I want to write, for example, we have this page, we have one page here, have the word Kenya, another page down here, this next page, maybe say Uganda, another page, the third page, let's see, we have another page here, Tanzania, we have Tanzania, we have 3 pages. The page 1 is here with Kenya, page 2 is here with Uganda. Now, I want to explain something here. Now, when the caps lock is on, there is a light here that is indicated. You can see it is indicated by number 9. So when I press it this way, the light goes off, meaning that the numlock, the numbers, now you cannot type the numbers, but instead the other function will work. Like for example, the home, in case of number 7, home, and then we have the page down, the page up. So let us press it like this one. When I press it this way, the numlock, I press it, you realize the light is on. So when I'm typing using these numbers, you can see the numbers are working. This one, when I press 0, 5, 8, 9, 7, they are all working. You can see them. But when it is off, the numlock is off. You can see when I press it, the numlock, the light goes off, such that when I press this number 3 here, number 3 will not work, but instead the other option of that number 3 is something written PGDN, that is page down. That means that it will move me to the next line, that is down. So let's press that, this one. So our first page is this one. When I press, you can see it has gone to the next page. We have another one, number 9. When the caps lock, when the numlock is off, when I press that number 9, the page up will be active, such that I want to press it, this one. When I press it, you realize that it has taken us to the first page, which is the page above. So the numlock, when the numlock is on, the numbers are on. And when it is off, the other function like the home, the home in number 1, the arrow up, arrow key, and others will be functioning. So it is used to switch between. Now this, we looked at a group of keyboard when we said we have arrow keys or cursor movement. So we said that numlock key is to switch between numbers and the navigation key. Navigation meaning that you are moving from one page to the other, or the cursor is moving either from left when you press this to the other side. So that is the function of the numlock. Now let's look another key here called escape key. This one, it is called escape. It is written as ESC, escape key. Now escape key is used as the word itself suggests, used to escape from an application or from a certain suggestion or maybe from an option. For example, if something appears like this one you can see there's something that has appeared. This one is called a dialog box. It is requesting or asking you whether you want to save, whether you don't want to save, whether you want to save, whether you don't want to save, or you want to cancel. So if we want to remove it, you just press this key called escape, this escape key. Then when you press it, you realize that it has escaped or it has disappeared. Now another key here is a key called the home key, this one home key. Now the home key will move the cursor. Remember we say that the cursor is the blinking, this one which is blinking, and that is an indication where your next character or text will appear. So when you want to move it at the start of a sentence here or at the start of your text, you simply press the home key. You look how it is changing. It is moving at the beginning of a text. Likewise, when you want it to go at the end of the text, you press the end. This one is the end key. So when I press the end key, you realize that the cursor has moved at the end of that text. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to follow me at TikTok and YouTube. My YouTube channel is Peter Kiaritha and TikTok is Peter Kiaritha. Thank you very much.